right, so now we're ready to move on into the plank walk. So the plank walk, it's a little progression off a high plank position, but what it does is, remember in the high plank, with that push-up progression, we're really working to get a lot of strength throughout the upper body, core, lower body, right? We're tying the entire body in and developing a lot of strength and stability in there so we get stronger, so we're protecting our bodies against injuries. So what we're doing with a plank walk is now we're taking that a step further and we're keeping the whole body integrated and strong while we're moving, right? Because outside of the gym, even in the gym, I always say injuries don't happen when we're sitting at a desk working all day, right? Sitting in a car driving. That's not where injuries happen. They're happening when we're doing certain movements. So what happens is that our bodies are either not prepared for the movements, we don't perform the movements properly, or we don't have a good amount of strength to move safely and effectively and to stabilize our bodies when we're moving. That's when we get in trouble. So a plank walk is going to help to develop that. So again, you should have the high plank down before you progress into this. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to hold a high plank. So remember, we're up here, and then what we do from the high plank is we walk with the hands and feet forward. So we're just doing this. We're trying to keep the alignment, so we don't want to see our hips drop in as we go. Okay, we want to keep the hips and shoulders fairly level. I'm going to back up a bit and try and get this in the camera. So we want to keep it up. Imagine a bucket of water on top of your back, an open bucket of water, and you don't want it to spill. So you want to keep that bucket of water right up on the back. So there and there. Okay, what you want to make sure too is your hips aren't jutting out side to side. Sometimes people will, be doing this kind of side to side with the hips, if you see my hips. Okay, we don't want to do that. So you've got to be really conscious and really focused on how you're moving, what you're feeling, and if you want to experiment with it, get an empty bucket. If you want to fill it with water and do the test, go for it. Don't make it too heavy. But an empty bucket, and if you can balance that bucket while you're moving, you got it down pretty solid, okay? So that is the high plank, that is the plank walk. Do that one, and you can time that out for like 30 seconds of work. You can go up to a minute if you want, but usually 30 seconds is pretty good. And then you can progress that from forward walking to backward walking to side walking. Okay, all different types of movements. You want to be able to move in all directions. So that is your plank walk.